Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Welcome if you're new. I'm Stacy and today we are going to paint a little purpley crocus flower poking up out of the snow. Maybe do a little splatter just for fun. There is line art if you want to paint along. It is in the description as a link. You can print that out, trace it, make it as big or small as you want, and use whatever medium you choose to use. You can paint along with watercolor, or you can use your pastels, or whatever makes you happy. I'm going to use watercolor. I'm using my Pure Pigment Mission Gold set. This is them. I haven't played with them in a while, so I've been trying to get out my different watercolors because I'm loving my beam paints, but I think it's a little time to give my other paints some love as well. I also have out my M. Graham watercolors and my Daniel Smiths, which you'll see in consecutive paintings. At any rate, here we go. I drew this out using my mechanical pencil. I love this one. It's fat, juicy dude. 0.7 Subo grip. I think it is a Sakura Sakura Sakura. Yeah, I got it in an art box. I never did like mechanical pencils, but now that I have them, they're pretty great. I think I'm going to start with a little spritzing, and the light is funky because the sun is shining brightly over yonder, and we're just gonna roll with it. Give it a little spritz, and I think I'm using, this is Dioxazine Purple right here, which is super dark, but can be very, very light and gorgeous. And so I have Dioxazine, and right here I have a little bit of Quin Permanent Magenta, and then I think I'm going to grab a little bit of Quin Rose because I love it so. Wait. Is that the right one? Yeah, Violet, Magenta, Rose. Yes. I'm not familiar with this palette layout, so I actually have to look at my stuff, and it's been a while since I've used this palette. Let's get a little bit of splatter, and I think I would like a little bit of maybe turquoise. Is that what this is? Yeah, cobalt turquoise, and a little touch of phthalo cyan mixed together. Come down here, do a little fun splatter, and just so it's not so prominent, we'll spritz around. And I am working on a block, so I'm not too worried about buckling and movement anywhere where I don't want the colors to be. I will just blot. And this is just to knock off the weight of the paper because create a little background, create a little interest. I'm gonna dry the edges, get up any puddles. I don't want it too bright in my snow area, right? This is pure pigment, so it will stain my page if I'm not careful. I'm gonna leave all that alone. Kind of digging that. Okay. I think I'd like to blob in a little bit of dioxazine here and there as well. Now I'm blobbing in dioxazine down here because it's going to be a little dark right there. It's going to be a little dark right there. It's going to be a little dark right there. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. This is just to get things rolling, to tint the page. I'm going to go ahead and this is an angle brush. If you don't have an angle brush, you can use a flat, you can use a round, whatever you're most comfortable with. That's what I would paint this with. I just am exercising this brush a little bit to see if I like it as much as I think I do. Now, if you don't want to do the painting like this, you can skip ahead to when we're working on dry paper. I'm going to go ahead and plop in some bits of interest. This is like a base color. That's my granddaughter, if you heard that. She's playing very loudly out in the living room. They are here all day, Monday, Wednesday, or Monday through Wednesday. So there's not really a lot of getting away from the loud during the week. So I'm blocking them with purple even on the leaves because they're going to be very dark. So that's what I would do right there. Try not to now. This is the tracing, so let me show you. In your tracing, wherever there are dots, we're going to put in a very dark color. It's going to be pretty dark. And this right here, you got your solid lines and then you got these bumpy broken lines. That's where our snow is going to set. Look at your reference photo. Before we get crazy with painting, we're going to have a little tip of snow here. We're going to have a little tip of snow here. This is all snow back in the background. I just wanted some lines to indicate where my shadows were going to be. And if you want, you can just put in the flower, the stem, and these two petals, and that back outline of these two, not petals, leaves. Or do the whole tracing and just kind of follow along, but try not to put too much color if you're doing this in where your snow is going to be. And if you do get it there, just wet it and blot a little. It's not the end of the world. I kind of like this whooshing bleed out. I want this to be a little bit whimsical, a little bit bright, spring coming through the snow, forcing its way, kicking winter out. Get out, winter. We're done with you for now. And that is my thought pattern behind how I'm painting this. Now, right here, because I am working on a block, and you see my paper is still buckling. This is 140 pound Hahnemuhle paper. And the only reason I put taper on the edges of this block is because I wanted a clean border. Because I think when we're done and we have that crispity snow bits put in, it'll look really pretty. And then here you can either walk away, go have breakfast, run some errands, let it dry naturally, or you can hit it with a heat tool. I'm not using any granulating colors, so I'm not worried about granulation with this painting. I'm going to go ahead and hit it with my heat tool, which I got on Amazon for like 10 bucks. It's just, honestly, it's just a heat tool. A heat it tool. Yeah, it just says heat tool. This is what it looks like. This tip right here gets very, very hot though, so make sure you have your little red protector on. That also gets very, very hot. So don't touch this at all. And yeah, just, it's pretty quick. There we go. Now most of our work on this piece from here out is going to be on our flower and on our petals. And then we'll come back in. I put a little shadow here. Little. If you looked at the reference photo, there's a secondary flower back here. There's a horizon line that I didn't put in. Because I want my main focus to be my flower. Just this flower poking up out of the snow. But an indication that there is other stuff going on in the background is nice. But if you don't want to do that, you can do just the flower and keep it nice and crisp. Now, I'm going to go in. I don't even have my reference photo popped up. I'm just playing around at this point. Oh, I take that back. I can't put this reference photo up because it's Pinterest. But I will I'll try to find a similar one on Pixabay and link that so that you have some sort of reference. Or you can just follow along with me because I'm going to paint this pretty realistically. Now, the first thing I want to do is put in my second layer. So I have a pretty wet mixture of dioxazine, lots of water, because I didn't want to have to keep mixing it. So I just put pure dioxazine, purple. If you want to paint your crocus a different color, please, by all means. You can look up crocus, and they come in a couple of different colors, pinks and purples usually, which is why I have a little bit of pink out as well. But I'm going to go ahead and just touch it in, and we're going to lightly come in and actually, you know what, I'm going to wet this with some water right through here. Try to wet just your petals. Gently, evenly, without working up our soft layer that we have down already. And I'm going to go in with a little bit of quinacridone permanent rose right here, just on the tip. And I'm going to come in and kind of dot it around. I want it to be along the edge here. And down through here. Like that. And then you can pull it up like that. Just a little glaze of color. Like that. You don't want to obliterate your purple, but you do definitely want to get it in there so that it is. When we put in our next layer of dioxazine, it will poke through and mix in and be very, very pretty. There we go. A little bit through here. A little bit of water. I'll pick that up right there. And more right here. Like that. There we go. I want it to be a little more bright right here. And a little more bright right here. And through here. Like that. There we go. Sorry about all the noise. My daughter just came in and turned the washer on. I will try to edit that out. Actually, I'm at a point right now where I can take a break and let this dry. Let it dry all the way, and then we'll come back in and put in our next layer. Now you can hit it with a heat tool if you want to move on rapidly, or you can just, once again, just let it dry naturally. And yeah, I'll be right back. Hi guys, we are back. This is completely dry now. And I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna move down to my round number 6. This is Princeton Heritage. I just want a smaller brush for a little more control. I'm gonna get some water, clean water, and come in here. I'm gonna wet, oh, that's too much water, this petal. If you get too much water, just dab it up with a paper towel or dry your brush off and just gently skim the surface. And that should pick up most of that water for you. And then I'm going to come in here with darker. I'm just going to drop it there and here. And come all the way up the edge like that. And I just wet this side right here. Now I do have bleed proof white, so I am going to put in some of the snow after the fact. So if you have gouache, bleed proof white, a jelly roll pen, any kind of white, a colored pencil, we can come in after the fact once it's all, dry. I want to pick up some of this, so I just dabbing on the paper towel and moving the paint around where I would gently. I don't want to work up the pink underneath too much. I'm going to grab some pure dark from the palette right here, right out of there, no water, and I want to just gently wiggle that just at the edge. Like that. Let's see how that gives us our deep dark line. A little more. Once again, this is dioxazine purple. When you use it pure, it looks pretty dark. It goes pretty dark. Like that. Good, good. I like it. And I'll put that pure right there. I'm going to grab some pure rose. And you want a kind of inky consistency. I'm going to clean my brush, dry it off. I want some more of my rose color. And just a touch of purple. With a pretty inky consistency, like you can move it and it stays where you put it, kind of thing. I'm going to come in and just get in some detail marks like that. I'm going to drop some of that color right here. Like that. I'm going to use the side of the brush. You can hold it any way you want. Kind of skim up and in, up and in, like that. I'm not going to put any more color there because I'm going to come in with my bleed proof white and put snow there. there. Maybe just a little bit more dark. And just dab it on where you want that dark to be. I want it right along my edge. Right along there. Dab, dab, dab. Like that. Maybe another pass at this edge right here. Like so. And we're going to leave that alone, let it dry. Because we can always come back and add more. It's the taking away that's the hard part. I'm going to put a little brilliant spot right there of that pink. There we go. Okay. Now let's come over here. Don't want to dare that. Not really. We're going to come up here and work in these areas while that line dries. So I'm going to do this little guy right here. I'm going to dampen that petal right there. And all the way up the edge of this one. And we're going to grab a little bit of dioxazine. And we're just going to along the top and then just a little sprinkle of it where those lines are. And then right through here we've got some dark. We'll do that, okay? I think I'm going to go ahead and do that bit of dark here. Now this is dry, so I'm putting in just a little puddle of paint and creating a shadow that will make this edge of this front petal right here pop forward. Like that. See, that pushes that petal forward. If it's not dark enough, you can grab some pure pigment and pop it in close to the edge, like that. And it gives us our dark. I dig it. And I'm gonna put a little line of dark here, like that. Couple little lines through there like that. And you can improvise. You don't have to do exactly what the picture says. If your painting is screaming, I want darkness here, give it what it wants. You give your painting what it wants. Alright, now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to wet this, dampen, not wet, dampen this outer petal right here. Right up to that snow. And then, oops, if you go outside the lines, just dab it up. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. And I'm going to grab my dioxazine and we're going to go along that edge like so. Let it bleed around a little bit. Right through there. Couple little swoops of texture coming up and in, up and in, up and in, like that. Now take your pure color, nice and inky, sticky, and drop that. Right in that pocket. And let it do its thing. Right through there. Like that. Ta-da! I know it looks a little stark right now, but when we get this petal done, it'll pull it together. I promise. Let's see. That's dry enough. I'm not going to try and touch this petal. That dark line, I'm going to try and leave a teensy little space. There we go. Just a little space, and then we'll wet this petal. Not too much, just the surface. Now don't scrub. Just drag a little water over that surface, like that. And drag, put that dioxazine in there to give us our shadow right through there. Maybe a little more pink up here. Is that too pink? That's too pink. That's alright. I'm going to put a little too much pink in the middle. And we're going to come up here with dioxazine and gently put in some on the edge of that, and then put in some lines coming down with the tip right into that pink. So it kind of merges a bit. I'm going to try to get the same effect there. Maybe right through here. Yeah, that's a little shadow back there. Not the whole thing, just a bit of it. Like that. I feel like I should take the heat tool to it. I'm going to go ahead and drop some dark dioxazine along that edge. Get our little shadow going. Maybe a touch of the pink as well. Like that. Yeah, like that. Okay. Let's kind of pulling it together now. Well, lots of shadows going on this piece. There's another dark shadow. Right here. Down. Let it bleed a bit. Oh, that's so nice. Alright. Let's go back up here. Now this is pretty bright up here. So I'm going to go in with a little more brightness. And pop it in, move it around. Dry my brush, pick some of that intensity up here and there, create some light and bright spots like that. Go ahead and fill that like that. Now this needs a little bit of a dark line right here where those two petals are meeting. And some detailing. Just a little bit of dry brush to give this one some shape. Sweep like that. Now this one, there's a dark line here, and it kind of comes up like that. There you go. There you go. Now, I really want this to be more purple. You know what? I'm going to grab some Quin Violet. Touch of Dioxazine and mix those together. Go all along my edge right here with that Quin Violet. Like that. I'll drop it along this edge. Let's sweep it up. Clean the brush, just water, and not too much water. I'll encourage a little movement. In both directions. Do I like that? Oh yeah. Kinda really do. Grab one of that Quin Violet. I'm going to glaze over here with that Quin because I like how it looks. A little bit of dry brushing and a little glaze on this side. When I say glaze, I mean thin layer of water mostly with just a bit of pigment. We'll go ahead and glaze these as well, and we'll pull it all together. It'll make the flower look cohesive. And you can do a little dry brushing on these back petals. Create some texture and some depth. Like that. I like it. I think I keep getting a little too dark through here. So I'm going to pick up some color. It's supposed to be a little shiny right here. Like that. Yeah, I like that. Well, if you feel like things are getting too muddy, just back off. I'm going to hit this with the heat tool again. Okay. Now here's where things are going to get a little different. I'm going to go in on the dry paper with almost pure pigment. And I'm just going to do some dry brushing and getting some of those sweeping textures. Well, this is dry brush, very dry brush. When I say very dry, I mean so dry the hairs are splitting apart. And when you get pigment, it's sticky. It's sticky on your brush. So you can skim the surface and kind of draw with your paintbrush. And your pure pigment. And get in those darker textures. I'm going to tap, tap, tap through here. Like that. And don't be afraid to use your paint in a more thicker consistency. For a long time I was afraid to do that with watercolor because I didn't think that was the right way to use it. You can do whatever you want. There is no right and wrong way. There's learning the basic rules and then doing what you need to do to create your art the way you want it to look. And I'm going to do a dry brush and really drag that sticky paint around here and there, some there, some here, and a bit here. And if it gets too sticky, fudge it around your finger. You can dampen your brush more and and really smooth it out if you want to. I'm going to go ahead and get in here and really smash my brush in. And get some more texture going through here. Maybe just a touch of dampness. Give it some movement. That. Sweeping C shapes right here, like the top of a C, and then pick it up at the end of that C mark. Like that. I'm going to zoom in. Let's push this over just a bit. There we go. Dark right here, like that. Soft, soft, soft. Soft through there. Make it fuzzy. And these petals are soft, remember? So you can make them look a little fuzzy. I'll give the illusion of softness. Like if you were to touch it, it would be super soft, right? I'd like it to be a bit more bright magenta through there, but I don't know if it's going to do it for me. Maybe if I just go soft, 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 soft. The magenta and just kind of tap it out. Yeah, too much purple for that to be a reality. All through there. Kind of pick it up a little. Is that working? I'm fussing too much is what I'm doing. There we go. Fuss, fuss, fuss. Fuss right there. There we go. And just soften that line with a little scrubbing. It's not my favorite, but it'll have to do. I think my problem is I'm trying to get exactly the color of the flower, and maybe I need to not do that. I'm going to go in with my own little situation right here. Let's see if it helps. It's a little roll of just a little roll of petal right there. Okay. Can hear the neighbors banging around on something. It's very distracting. You know what part of the problem is this is a very dusky kind of reference photo. I'm going bold right there. And that. Yeah, I like that a little better. Alright. Bold right here. Nice and bold. Kind of merge them together. Pull that up and around. Dry my brush and create a little bit of shine right through here. Okay, yeah, there we go. Then bold right there. A bit of boldness through here. Like that. Through there. That. A little bit right there. Like that. And then drop that pink in. Give it a dab, and that makes it shine. Right there. Give it a dab. And right through here. And give it a dab. Okay. Let's see, greens. Now this set doesn't really have a set of greens that I love. I do love this Quin Gold, which is a green gold. And I'm going to go on top of that with some of this Viridian, which is not my favorite color in the world. Maybe a touch of lavender in it. That's much better. Okay, Viridian is not my favorite. And this is very lavender, with just a touch of Viridian. And it's because of all the reflected light bouncing off the snow. So I'm going to come in here with this lavender and then take the green and just drop it like that. I'm going to leave it alone and see how it dries. Now if you get it too wet, which I feel like I did, I'm going to run my brush up this one side. Like that. And come in later and darken that up. I want to darken it now, but I'm going to wait. And then I'm going to go ahead and come in here and get in my leaves. Now, these are pretty fuzzy. They're pretty not the focus of the painting, so they're very soft, but dark. So I'm going to go in and wet through there, and then just drop in some dark, like that. Dark, dark, dark. And then pure purple. And I'm going to come in here and just throw it around. This pure purple with that green will make it feel very, very, very dark. A little bit of magenta, skim, pull it down, like that. Okay. I'll pick up that edge again. Got too dark. Got it too dark already. Pink. There we go. Pick up just a bit of Oh, that one's nice and dark. I'll leave that nice and dark. Okay. And then back here, let's dampen this one. Back here. Grab our green. Drop that down. Straight purple. Get some textures in. That. Good, I like it. I'm going to come down here because it's pretty wet. Darken this up a bit. Drop some in there. Grab our green, which is Viridian. Green, gold, and purple. Just give it some freedom to run around and play with the other colors. Like that. I'm not sure if I'm liking this paint on this paper this heavy. I'm going to leave it for now. Now our snow is kind of tinted, right? So I'm going to put some bleed proof white. Here's where we get to the snow, you guys. Gouache, bleed proof white, whatever it is you're using. I'll put bleed proof white in my lid here. I'll grab a touch of this pink and mix it in. Kind of make it almost a color. A little more white. That's better. And I'm gonna come in and drop it all over the place. Like that. Where my lines are, those lines that we drew, trying to cover those up a little bit. Because our snow is very shadowed. So it's slightly tinted. I'm going to zoom back out. You can see the whole piece again. Let's get it back up where it goes. And touch pink. And we can drop that pink in. Kind of swirl it around. It's kind of super pink in some areas. It's too wet. Same with gouache or bleed proof white. If you get it too wet, just don't be afraid to go with your fingers, your paintbrush. Come in here and get that pink going. It's very shadowy through here. A little bit of pink through there. I dig it. Alright. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'll go ahead and get in pink everywhere, and then because we can always go in over the top with our crisp white to get our little sparkles, to steal our sparkles back. Make our snow look crunchy, crispity. Okay. And down here is a little shadowy as well. So I'm going to take, see, is paint water going to be enough? Not really. Paint water plus a little purple, dab of blue, really wet that in. Like that, and then dab it. Okay, very shadowy through here. All through there. Like that. And then right in here, it's a little more shadowed than you'd think, like that, there, and then down here. That. I want it to look like it's in that snow, right? Creating some shadow shapes on our snow. Don't forget your shadow shapes, people. And that's just the thinnest wet, and then dry brush that right over there. That creates a shadow. Cool, huh? Cool, cool. And then we can create a little shadow right here. And then we can get our little shadow in right here for a flower. Coming up over that snow right through there. Like that. I know it looks messy. Trust the process. Okay. Now, I'm going to take my pure bleed proof white or jelly roll, gouache, whatever you have. I'm going to gently, almost dry, come up here and speckle in some pure white right along this edge and over the petal. It's kind of lacy and clinging to it, like that. Right through there. Ta-da! Then we can have another little tip of snow right here. Wherever you feel like there would be snow, kind of resting in a little pocket, on a little fold right there. And right now I'm just winging it. There, and then all along our edge right here. Gonna have a little bit of snow just hanging on for dear life. And I'm just speckling and tapping. A little bit right there. I like it. And it's not in the reference photo at all, but I'm going to go ahead and put some on the interior part of my flower here, right through there. I like that. I feel like that could have fallen off the tip of this one into this fold and sprinkled down in. Like that. Pretty, pretty. Pretty, pretty. Then over here, if you want, you can put a little bit on the edge of this one. A little bit on the tip of this one, and then really make this top part sparkle by tapping right over our pink and making it glitter. Now I'm wishing I'd used my beam paints, because then my white could really glitter, because they have mica in those paints. Poking out through that snow. Fun, fun. If you feel like you got a spot a little too delineated, just blot, blot, blot. Maybe we got a shiny spot over here where our sun is really playing on the snow over here. And up here. And right through here. Fun, fun. Then, maybe. A little bit of splatter. Maybe it's snowing. For our entire piece. Like that. I like it. Alright, I'm going to stop messing around, because at this point it's just going to be chaotic. Oh, well, wait. There's one more little... I really wanted a little touch of pink on this stem through there. There we go. There. Okay, let's take our tape off and see what we got. It's not as perfect as I wanted it to be, but it was fun, right? Oh, this paper does not like tape. Okay, so to help combat that, take your heat tool and warm up your tape. Another thing you can do is to take your tape, if it's super sticky, and stick it to your clothes and get some of the stickiness to kind of go away. Oops, too, if you go slower. Some papers just really don't like tape. So it's just something to note about the paper that you're using. And there we go. There's our piece. I'm not sad about it. What do you guys think? It's alright. Cute little crocus and snow. Little... Oh, my granddaughter's coming back. Alright guys, I can end the video now. This is what it looks like all dry. I'm glad I walked away when I did because I really wasn't liking it when I ended the video before, and now that I've come back with fresh eyes and it's completely dry, I'm really kind of loving how it turned out. I'm going to do a little close-up of the... It's just pretty now, right? Now that it's all dry. So I recommend that if you get all done with yours, maybe walk away. Maybe walk away and see if you like it after dinner or something. Because fresh eyes have saved many paintings from going in the trash immediately after doing them. And this is a block, so I'm going to go ahead and show you real quick how to take it off the block if you don't know what a block is. It's glued on all four sides except for usually there's a little spot in the middle. This particular one has a little bit on the corner there that is not glued down, and you can take anything fairly sharp. I usually use this palette knife, which has glue and stuff all over on it. Rarely use it for painting, and you just gently slide it along the edge like that, and it usually pops right off without any problems. And if you leave it on here, as you can see, it will dry. If you have a block and you leave it on there to dry, it will dry pretty flat. I mean, look at that. Isn't that nice? This may end up becoming a postcard. We'll see. I really like how and I like this washed out one back in the background, and the background is soft. Yeah, I'm really liking it now that I've stepped back a little bit. Glad I did that. You guys let me know what you think in the comments below. If you tried it, I'd love to see. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.